You know, all of this, there's a lot for a leader to do. It sounds to me like there is a lot on the leader's shoulders when this crisis hits. It can be pretty wearing, I would imagine, on you personally, besides professionally. How do you as individuals deal with the pressure put on you as the leader of that organization to stay motivated and focused on what you're doing? Chief, can we start with you?
Sure. I think you got to kind of, my own style is I write stuff down. And I'll write down kind of in my head. Once I get it down, it's out of my head then, and I can deal with it on paper. But to even make yourself a little checklist on the good things going on and how fortunate you are for these reasons. And it kind of gives you something to refer to that puts it in perspective for you, because when you're hearing the negative, sometimes it's hard to remember all of the positive things, and there are so many. I also think it helps to have a network beyond your own organization. And for me, the benefit of going, and you hate to travel much, but when you do, you get the benefit of hearing what's going on around the country, and to hear what's going on in Camden, New Jersey, or Philadelphia, or Boston, or down through the South. And you start to hear what officers are going through there and the issues and challenges that they're facing. And oftentimes it puts what you have at home in perspective, and you think, you know what, I'm not alone. In fact, we have it pretty good by comparison. So I think that's a healthy thing, too, to have a sounding board beyond your own organization, and not to limit your scope to policing, if you're in policing, but to look at other industries and see what's going on there, particularly in terms of what we're all facing with the economic downturn, that it's not just one industry, it's everybody. And everybody's got different ways of looking at it, but there's some creative ideas being implemented in other organizations, other industries, that maybe have some applicability to what we do as well. So I think outside yourself, avail yourself to resources that are out there that you might not normally tap into, and I think that kind of clears your head a little bit and gives you a mindset that, we'll get through this and be better for it.
Colleen, knowing how you feel about dogs, I know you would never do this, but how do you come home and not kick the dog?
Oh, goodness. You're right, I would not do that. I think it's really just a matter of avoiding tunnel vision, because that's what can happen during those. And there's ways you can do that, some that have already just been described. I think it's good to have a go-to person, someone outside your organization that's kind of been there, done that, a relationship that you've cultivated, so that you can call and say, can I bend your ear for 3 minutes, please? This is what I'm thinking. This is what we're going through. Remind me that I'm going to get through this. Remind me about what I'm doing and help me to stay focused. You've got to have people around you, because I know that when we lost the youngster in our juvenile institution, I generally don't show my emotions that much, but I did go home that night, and I've been married to my husband for 12 years, and that was the first time he had ever seen me cry in 12 years. And it was just the weight of the day and the loss of this life, to have to deliver the message to the parents who collapsed in front of you on the ground, and watching the staff who had witnessed it. It just, it gets to you. But you have to get up and go back the next day. Moreover, what if you have another event in 2 hours or 3 hours or the next day? Because there's no guarantee you won't have back-to-back events in various parts of your organization. So you've got to have people around you that keep you grounded. You really do. And have colleagues that have been there, done that prop you up.